So it is 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines we have: the National Solidarity Caravan continues its activity in the north of the country. Volker Turk concerned by the destructions of infrastructure in Gaza. Welcome to our newsroom. The Arta Geophysical Observatory recorded a minor earthquake of magnitude 4.7 on the Richter scale on Saturday, February 10, 2024 at 8 p.m. local times in the Gulf of Tajura, identified as a tectonic earthquake. The epicenter was located at 13.7 kilometers northeast of the Mush Island at the depth of 4.4 kilometers, giving a hypocentral distance of around 13.5 kilometers from the Mush Island. Microseismic intensity in the areas closest to the epicenter was weakly felt. An important meeting took place at the Ministry of Youth and Culture to prepare the third editions of the Horacio Elegans competition and to select and install the jury team. The meeting, chaired by the Minister Hiba Mumin Asawi, enabled jury members to familiarize themselves with the team and to immerse themselves in various documents relating to the organization of the competition. In her opening remarks, the Minister reiterated the importance of identifying young talent with the high potential as a tribune. She went on to reaffirm that the founding objectives of the Ministry of Youth and Culture is always to offer young people to the space and opportunity to develop their potential for promoting socio-cultural and artistic development. Under the aegis of the Ministry of Youth and Culture, the Damerjog CDC organized the Isra wal Mi'raj commemorative celebration. The committed women of Damerjog organized the Qasai session at the Damerjog CDC. During this spiritual evening, the Damerjog CDC also hosted a religious conference for local youth. The aim of this celebration was to educate young people about the history of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and to strengthen their permanent connection with the faith according to religious precepts.
Assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum, subhanahu assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum, subhanahu assalamu alaikum.
Under the aegis of the State Secretariat in charge of sports and on the initiative of the Regional Council of Ali Sabih region in close collaboration with the prefecture, the local high-level training stadium hosted the 7th editions of the Pétanque tournament yesterday, Friday, bringing together local and international teams. The launch of the Pétanque tournament was attended by the Minister of Trade and Tourism, Mohamed Warsama Diriye, the Prefect of Ali Sabih, Abdul Malik Mohamed Benoita, the President of Regional Council, the Regional Parliamentarian, Honorable Abdi Khaire Hassan Umar Obsiye, and the Regional Director of the Secretary of State for Sports, Ahmed Musa Obsiye, the President of the Djiboutian Pétanque Federations, and other senior officials from the region. 36 teams of 3 players, including those from the capital, the French forces stationed in Djibouti, the town of Dire Dawa, and not forgetting a team of special needs and deal mute competitor. For his part, the Minister of Trade and Tourism, Mohamed Warsama Diriye, expressed his delight at taking part in this 7th editions of the Pétanque tournament, branch-shine twigs of the herb that give the competition its name. He unanimously praised the region's officials for organizing this tournament on a regular basis. Ali Sabih is undoubtedly the sporting city of the nation. He concluded recalling the regional and international success of its sons in athletics. The Pitang Tournament Trophy ceremony came to a close with the presentations of the trophy. The trophy ceremony was held at the award ceremony was attended by the second Deputy Prefect, Umar Idris Suge, the President of the Regional Council, Sharmaki Hassan Alale, the Regional Director of the State Secretariat for Sport, Ahmed Musa, the President of the Djiboutian Pitang Federation, and other senior officials from the region. The trophy of a Pitang tournament in honor of this plant, highly prized for its 90 tests in the tea and its therapeutic benefits for the kidneys, particularly in the Ashajog region, was initiated by the President of the Regional Council in 2014. The best teams in the Pitang tournament were awarded the prizes of their choice at the closing ceremony. And in Dakhil, a consultation workshop was held at the Hotel Gobaad, bringing together various local stakeholders and organizations active in the Dakhil region, organized jointly by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, International Cooperation, and the United Nations. The event marked the launch of the process for drawing up the United Nations Cooperation Framework for Sustainable Development 2025-2029. Led by a team of representatives from the United Nations and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. The workshop was attended by the Prefect of Dakhil Hassan Abdi Roble, the President of the Regional Council Mahad Hussein, as well as the head of the Dakhil Police Detachment, the Commander of the Southern Gendarmerie Assowe Ali. The aim of this meeting is to give a voice to local stakeholders in order to devise solutions aimed at accelerating sustainable development in the country. For his part, the Prefect of Dakhil Hassan Abdi Roble said in his speech that the key objectives of the workshop are to introduce the United Nations Sustainable Development Cooperation Framework process, gather stakeholders' perspectives on development challenges in Djibouti, identifying capacity gaps, and explore opportunities to accelerate sustainable development in the countries. These consultations are of vital importance to the United Nations agency responsible for drawing up their country's programs to be presented to their board of directors this year. As part of effort to combat smuggling, customs officers this morning carried out a large-scale campaign targeting the locality of Omar Jaga. The surrounding area. The operations was led by the head of the Alta Regional Division, Mr. Yahya Musa Ige, and under the directions of the Director of Customs and Indirect Duties, Guled Ahmed Yusuf. During this operation, customs officers inspected several houses and sites, but no contraband and smuggled items were found. It should be noted that the fight against contraband is a continuous and multifaceted effort that requires effective coordination between the various national players to be effective. After Alaili Darda, the Minister of Social Affairs Solidarity Ulufa Ismail Abdu, accompanied by her teams, visited the locality of Wadi, 45 kilometers from north of the capital Obok. The delegation also included the President of the Regional Council, Muhammad Hamad Ismail, the Member of Parliament, Ali Hamad Hassan, Kamil Hamad, and Fatuma Muhammad Hamadou, the Deputy Prefect, Muhammad Awad Muhammad, and the representative of the UNFD. As with the other localities visited during the week, a warm welcome was the order of the day. During her stay in Wadi, the Minister Ulufa met the local men and women.
اسن شعبه وكفيسا يلي هبطو كلمي لا يهليلو يهليلا أساكو نتنجي حلين لا يهليلو يهليلا قبل تقينا يتسنا لا يهليلو يهليلا نبارو هبك سمياي لا يهليلو يهليلا دابي سيحة تنكينو لا يهليلو يهليلا تسجل يلي هبطو كلمي لا يهليلو يهليلا أساكو نتنجي حلين لا يهليلو يهليلا قبل تقينا يتسنا لا يهليلو يهليلا نبارو هبك سمياي لا يهليلو يهليلا دابي سيحة تنكينو لا يهليلو يهليلا تسجل ليها قطيونتا لا يهليلو يهليلا لا يهليلو يهليلا نبارو هبا وكوكينا لا يهليلو يهليلا أمونو هبا وكوهنا.
In his speech, the sub-prefect of Wadi welcomed the entire delegation accompanying the Minister of Social Affairs Solidarity and invited his compatriot to present their grievance for him. For his part, the Deputy Prefect of Obok, the Member of Parliament, Ali Hamad Hassan, recalled that this initiative stemmed from the political will of the President of the Republic to get closer to the population wherever they live on the national territory and to inquire about their needs. For her part, the Honorable Parliamentarian recalled in his speech that the role and mission is of a Member of Parliament who is by definition a representative of the people. He said it was their duty as a Member of Parliament for Obok to listen to the grievance of the people they represent in the hemicycle and to pass on their concern and needs to the relevant authorities. Member of Parliament Kamil Hamad pointed out that solidarity was the cornerstone of the policy of the head of the state, who spares no effort to improve the daily lives of his compatriots. And finally, parliamentarian Fatuma Muhammad Hamadou was delighted to find herself in Wadi alongside the Minister of Social Affairs Solidarity. She urged the local residents not to hesitate to submit their various grievances to the minister. That what Solidarity Week is all about, she concluded. In their various speeches, the men and women of the Wadi sub-prefecture underlined in turn the advantages of mass programs in helping the most disadvantaged and helping them out of precariousness and assistance. They also recalled the difficulties encountered on a daily basis, notably the recurrent lack of water, access to credit and saving banks for women and young people to create their own activities, and unemployment among young graduates was also addressed. The people of Wadi thanked the Minister of Social Affairs Solidarity and ADDS for all their support and the actions carried out, and on behalf of MAS through its implementing body, ADDS has carried out several social projects in this locality, notably the construction of 4 wells on the outskirts of Wadi to combat the specter of thirst and supply agricultural land. The village elders stressed that much had been achieved and that much remained to be done. They also expressed the hope that the village's many young people would find work. For their part, the women of Wadi asked the minister to build them a community hall for their various meetings, a community hall that would also service the whole village. They also asked for the health post to be rehabilitated. This time from the Minister of Social Affairs Solidarity, Ulufa Ismail Abdo said for her part that they also recall the difficulties encountered on a daily basis, notably the recurrent lack of water, access for credit and saving banks for women and young people to create their own activities, and unemployment among young graduates was also addressed. The minister recalled, we will build them a community hall for their various meetings and a community hall that would also service the whole village. They also asked for the health post to be rehabilitated. The Minister of Social Affairs Solidarity, Ulufa Ismail Abdo, has laid the foundation stone for the future headquarters of the social counter and an important local stock for the Obok region. The ceremony was attended by the Deputy Prefect Muhammad Awada, Regional Council President Muhammad Hamad Ismail, Parliamentarian Ali Hamad Hassan, Kamil Hamad, and Fatuma Muhammad Hamadou, and mass executives. The aim is to intervene rapidly throughout the regions and help the neediest and most vulnerable population through the social counter. This initiative aims to bring essential social services closer to people living in the most remote areas, thus guaranteeing easy access to the resources of the Ministry of Social Actions. And to round off her activities in the Obok region, the Minister of Social Affairs Solidarity, Ulufa Ismail Abdo, met the women in charge of cleanliness in the town of Obok. These women came from two associations called Obki. Rivers flows through the capital of Obok, and the AFDO Association, the Women's Associations for the Development of Obok. These women are in charge of waste and household refuse management to combat the impurities that could tarnish the images of the town of Obok and protect the environment at the same time. And to achieve these noble results, Minister Ulufa Ismail handed over two large checks for 1.2 million of our franc and $10,000, the sum of 1.8 million Djibouti franc, to the President of the Regional Council to help the region's active women keep up the momentum.
يلي هبطو كلمي لا يهلي لو يهلي لا أساكونه تنجح الليل لا يهلي لو يهلي لا قبل تجيني تسينا لا يهلي لو يهلي لا لبارو هبك سمياي لا يهلي لو يهلي لا دابي سيها قتينكينو لا يهلي لو يهلي لا تسجل ليها قتيونتا لا يهلي لو يهلي لا لا يهلي لو يهلي لا لبارو kokina lai halilo halilla umuno habau kohina.
The Deputy Prefect of Obok, Muhammad Awad Muhammad, has indicated that this initiative, this tower is the initiative, aims to bring essential social services closer to people living in the most remote areas, thus guaranteeing easy access to the resources of the Ministry of Social Action. He thanked the minister. The Minister Ulufa Ismail Abdo spoke as follows. These women, she said, are in charge of waste and household refuse management to combat the impurities that could tarnish the images of the town of Obok and protect the environment at the same time, and to achieve these noble results. And in Tajora, the last step on the Solidarity Caravan Tower, the Minister of Social Affairs Solidarity, Ulufa Ismail Abdo, visited the sub-prefecture of Adailu, accompanied by the authorities of the Tajora region. The minister and her teams received a warm welcome on the menu for this important day. We're meeting with the communities of Adailu, Dafenaitu, and Girori. A marathon day for the Minister Ulufa Ismail Abdo and her teams. More on this story in tomorrow's edition.
لا يهلي لو يهلي لا لبارو هبك سمياي لا يهلي اللي هقتا ينتا لا يهليلو يهليلا لا يهليلو يهليلا نبارو هبا وكوكينا لا يهليلو يهليلا أمونو هبا وكوهنا.
For the international scene in Gaza, Volker Turk concerned by destructions of infrastructure in Gaza. Volker Turk, United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, has since expressed his deep concern at the widespread destructions of the civilian infrastructure by the Israeli Defense Forces in Gaza. Turk reminded the Israeli
Volker Turk continues for his deeper concern about the widespread destruction of civil infrastructure in Gaza by Israel Defense Force. The IDF are reportedly destroying all buildings in the Gaza Strip that are within a kilometer of the Israel-Gaza fence, clearing the area with the objective of creating a buffer zone, Turk said. He added that the destruction carried out to create a buffer zone for general security purposes did not appear to be a consistent and narrow military operation, exception set out in international humanitarian law. Extensive destruction of property not justified by military necessity and carried out unlawfully and unwantonly amount to a grave breach of the Fourth Geneva Convention and a war crime, he said. Since October, my office has recorded widespread destruction and demolition by the IDF of civilian and other infrastructure, including residential buildings, schools, and university in areas in which fighting is not or no longer taking place, the High Commissioner said. Turk added that Israel had not provided clear reason for such extensive destruction of civilian infrastructure.
The European Union is to provide Mauritania with €210 million to combat illegal immigration. Listen for more details.
The European Union seeks to close the Atlantic to migrants and refugees. Mauritania, during a meeting with a European official in its coastal capital of Nouakchott, also noted that it was itself increasingly struggling to cope with a growing number of migrants and refugees entering its border as security in the Sahel region declined. European Union Commission President Ursula von der Leyen announced the extra funding for migration, but also for humanitarian aid and job creation, as she met with Mauritanian President Mohamed Ould Ghazouani and Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez. Insecurity and lack of economic opportunity in the region are pushing many people to migrate. Von der Leyen told journalists as she stood next to Ghazouani and Sanchez.
And this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.